Good morning and welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. A few minutes longer than yesterday getting on here, but had to organize a few things. And our card for today is an amazing card, and I hope it will fill your tank a bit. And there's a word in here. Good morning to whomever just popped on. Beth. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. There's a word in here that has popped up twice in a row now. Good morning, Nancy. Glad you're here. Welcome. And I'll share that word with you and talk about what it means to me and how I see us heeding the guidance of that word, especially in these times where many people are just kind of struggling to get along. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Welcome. Glad you're here. Everybody's starting to roll in. Oh, the counter just went up to 4. Everybody, good morning, Nancy. Glad everybody's here. We'll see how many names roll 2, 3, 4 times. Thank you for the sunshine. I appreciate it. Today, it's a cool morning here. It is definitely autumn. We're heading there. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So, the card for today comes from the Native Spirit deck by Denise Lynn, and many of the cards in this deck are near and dear to my heart because even though she's Cherokee, a lot of the indigenous people, the tribes have similar teachings. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. Glad you are here. And the Anishinaabe people I was around when I lived in Rapid River share many of these same teachings. So, and oftentimes the people from the tribes in my area would travel out west to these other tribes for powwows, for spring ceremony. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. Good morning, Abigail. Yes, this is so good. A collection of awesome people who we are together is exactly what this card is describing. So it makes me smile. Makes me smile. So let's get some tapping going. Let's get a little breath going. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Oh, that felt good. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Breathing deeply. Keeping the breath going. If you're feeling like it's helping you clear stuck energy, just keep the deep breath going as I read the card. Feeling yourself opening up to receiving this message. We want to be as open as possible to this message. Taking in not only the pieces that we totally resonate with, but being willing to take in the pieces that make us go, I don't know, to ponder, to consider on a deeper level. So, our card for today is Gather Your Tribe. Gather Your Tribe. And clearly she's from a Western tribe because there's teepees. The plains, or the tribes here that moved from like New York, etc., they don't do teepees. They have long houses and sweat lodges and Wabano lodges. And a Wabano lodge is just an amazing structure. An amazing structure. My friend Flo, who is in her 80s, actually was a part of making a Wabano lodge recently. So, but she said she was very glad that when they arrived, someone had already taken the task of cutting the saplings so they didn't have to go out into the woods and do that because her balance isn't the greatest anymore, but she would have done it. She would have been out there cutting saplings to make a Wabano lodge. So I'm going to read the card first, and then I'm going to share this little piece that I have that I think I read yesterday, maybe the day before, but put them together. Again, the fact that these all hold together is what makes my heart sing. So, gathering your tribe, card meaning. You are loved and you are lovable. You deserve love. Support in all forms is flowing to you. You can relax. There is so much love around you. And as we open ourselves to feel the love that's around us, I think that's the biggest thing that happens, is sometimes we're closed down to receiving that love. So it's there, it's coming toward us, but we've got a barrier up that doesn't allow it in. So that's what we're practicing, is opening our heart and soul. Does it mean at times we're going to experience hurt? Yes. Do we experience hurt anyway? Yes. And unwittingly, sometimes when we put up the barrier, we create more hurt in our lives. Unwittingly. Good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Welcome. Communicate from your heart. Share your truth. You are safe. Diminish your time with those who do not empower you or believe in you. If you have people around you who are that's never going to work, what the hell are you thinking? Why don't you just, maybe you want to limit your time with them, because that's a drain on your energy. Your native spirit wants you to know, if the Gathering Your Tribe card chooses you, this means that sustenance in all forms is flowing into your life. Again, we need to be open to receiving it. We need to be open to receiving it. And here's the thing. If you're one of those people who's feeling like, do I deserve all of this? Yes, or it wouldn't be coming your way. And if it's coming your way, there's something you're meant to be doing with it. Appreciating it, enjoying it, sharing it, etc., etc., etc. Your people are those you can resonate with. Your people can include animals, plants, minerals, and trees, as well as people. Mountains, streams, water sources, all the things. All the things. Clouds, sun, moon. Be willing to ask for what you want in life. And the way to ask is not, damn it, I want blah, 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 but more like, if it's in my highest and best good, I would be open to receiving X. If it's in my highest and best good. You can even add, if it's in my highest and best good and the highest and best good of those around me, I'm open to receiving X. All right, let's see what else we got. This is a time to put your needs before the needs of others. The oxygen mask theory. If you deplete yourself, if you're giving of your own energy, rather than being that hollow conduit for energy to flow through, divine energy to flow through, all you're doing is exhausting yourself. And then you aren't able to continue that. That's not sustainable. That's why we're talking about sustenance. Sustenance in all forms is flowing into your life. We need to be willing to receive in order to give long term. Okay, let's see. Your tribe is waiting to support and nurture you as you nurture yourself. Sometimes your friends are more your family than blood relatives. I like to think of it as blood relatives. We chose our family. We chose our family to be born into, to learn some things that we needed to learn this round. And sometimes there's a fair amount of friction with those people, because in that friction, we have the opportunity to learn those life lessons, those things that are going to change us and elevate us. So, find your people and cherish them. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. The journey. Spend time with friends and family members who see the best in you. Don't spend time with dream stompers. And oftentimes they mask themselves as the voice of reason. Well, that isn't going to work because of this, this, and this. Have you thought about that? Blah, blah, blah. And way back when, I can't remember who said it, but I think they were brilliant. There was the quote about, if you expose your dreams too soon to the logistics people, the dream will die. You can't put it under the harsh light of that inquisition. How is this going to work? Yeah, where are you going to get the money for that? Blah, 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 blah. There's no funding for that. First, you nurture the dream. Allow it to grow and get stronger. Then you start dealing with some of the logistical things, right? Because if you bring that in too soon, it just crushes the dream. Let's see. Don't spend time with dream stoppers. Take classes, share meals, take time to find your people. You will live longer and be happier. And again, what I wanted to share, and the word that I mentioned at the beginning, is sustenance. Sustenance. Getting what we need to sustain ourselves. And that's not just in a physical sense. So again, the book I'm reading, Being Mortal, that's one of his main pitches. He's a physician, but he's talking about the limitations of the medical community, that they work to sustain the physical being, but what about mind? What about spirit? What about, all the things that actually make life worth living? Yes, we have to have our physical health. We do. And sometimes we have a very satisfying life in spite of some physical limitations. But if our heart and soul are singing, we're golden. We're golden. So even to ask yourself, so the little sticker that I made to stick on my desk is concentrate on sustenance of the soul. Yes, thank you, Abigail. Thank you. Getting what we need to sustain ourselves. And for that's sustaining of ourselves, not just being our physical being. So that's the old nursing home model, right? Bunch of people sitting around in wheelchairs waiting to die. Most of them not even present because they're drugged to keep them calm. When we have things that matter, so like as we talk about down the road, not now, but down the road, if we can't sustain Dad in the home, things that will sustain him wherever he ends up. If he's got a room, we'll put a little workbench in there. We'll give him some non-power tools. We'll give him some things to fix. That would sustain his soul. That would sustain his soul. And he needs that. He needs that. We've also been looking for a place where weekly they have services for his faith community. That will sustain his soul. That's important to him. When we are considering our people needing to be someplace other than a home, the question to ask is, what do you need in a place in order to be happy there? Oftentimes, one of the number one things that pops up is they have to have good food. Because as people are getting older, taste buds are changing. They're not as hungry as they used to be. But when they eat, they want it to be good. And sometimes institutional food is sadly lacking. So if he wants his slice of pepperoni pizza, we're going to bring him his slice of pepperoni pizza. So be it. So gathering your tribe. Again, that's what I'm considering. Well, that's what is in my brain when I'm talking about intentional community. Living with a bunch of people where we get along pretty well. We have a method for dealing with it when we're not getting along pretty well. We have ways to work through our stuff. Human beings have stuff. Well, other animals too. If you watch a group of puppies, they have to figure it out. They have to figure out who's going to be the top dog and who's going to be the followers. And how do we allow things to parse out so that people are doing what they want. If someone loves cooking, why assign them to the mailroom? If someone loves mowing lawn, why assign them to tending the garden? Doesn't make any sense. Let people do what they love to do. There's their contribution. Life is good. And when we look at contributions, I think our society is structured such that we value some contributions more than others. When I have my psychologist hat on, I get paid $295 an hour. When I have my coaching hat on, it's $175 an hour. When I have my project manager hat on, it's $35 an hour. If I'm pulling weeds in front of the house, it's $0 an hour. The amount of money isn't what needs to matter as we get older. Yes, we have to survive, but with an intentional community, they level that playing field. It's the hours you put in. So you're asked to put in, say, 10 hours a month. It doesn't matter if you're shoveling the sidewalk, if you're cleaning up after people who are not capable of cleaning anymore, if you're making food, if you're answering the phone, if you're, whatever you're doing, the bills, whatever you're doing, it's equaled out across time rather than money. So lots of ways of doing this. And I know there's going to be someone who pops up with, you're being a socialist. I don't care what the label is. I don't care what the label is. If we can create a functional society, because right now I would hazard to say our society is not functioning. If we can create a functional society that serves people, how is that a bad thing? How is that a bad thing? And maybe it's a variety of different kinds of arrangements, because not everybody's the same. But I believe that when I am able to create an intentional community, there will be enough like-minded people to house it and run it and make it a sustainable thing. Gathering your tribe. Gathering your tribe. So I'd like you thinking about that today. Being willing to ask for what you want in life. Even just stating it. You know, I'm going to make stuff up here. I would really love an opportunity to teach someone English as a second language. I would really love an opportunity to travel to a foreign country. I've never left the United States. I would really love an opportunity to go see all the Great Lakes. Whatever it is, state it. Put it out there. Make it concrete. See who are the people who are willing to help you make that happen. On that note, I hope you all have an awesome Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. I get to see my daughter and her significant other today and have lunch, and then they're going to do a task for me that I greatly appreciate them doing. And I hope they just have a nice day off for themselves, and haven't seen them in a while, so this will be good. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.